Hey, loves. I am super excited to be doing a Substack Live here. This is the first time I've done a Substack Live, which is why I don't know where all the buttons are. I'm also recording on my phone just for backup as well. Yay! Yeah, this is so wonderful. So I wanted to do an experiment on Substack to see if this would be a good place for us to gather live rather than Facebook or Zoom. And the hope is that then the recording gets posted immediately and it'll be available. Oh, okay. I'm hoping there is still sound and we're just, nope. Let's see if this is true. And I can click off my AirPods. So if somebody can verify still no sound or sound, that would be great. And okay. All right. So it's working for some folks. If it's not working for you, look around and find the buttons of where to turn the sound on for you. Okay, good. Okay, good. Working. Yay. Thanks for joining me, loves. Okay, good. Perfect. So yeah, just takes a moment for it to kick in. This has been a vision I've had for a long time, and there's been a way I've been waiting for all the pieces to come together around doing these little mini series and doing more lives connected to the Center for Creative Intent. And what we're doing with Center for Creative Intent, which is an organization I co-created in 2001, is it's the umbrella organization for different organizations or different branches that are going to fit underneath it. We're still working it all out, but this branch is Ash and Rose Spiritual Collective. And it's where we will be offering free events, gatherings, practice sessions, prayer, healing. So right now it's Mary, Nicosia, and myself that are doing the offerings. We'll be bringing more people in as we grow. We're starting small and working to keep it super simple. That's my word, simple. And this is our first offering through Substack, through the Substack Creative Intent. And it is also the first mini-series. So let me tell you what inspired this. I have been doing my own personal spiritual daily meditation practice for months. And I used to be very, very erratic at it. And I made a commitment to myself, and I've had to recommit several times to get more steady. And I recognized how challenging that can be for us to get steady. And then I started reading this book. So two things happened, which seem completely unrelated, but you'll see how they all come together. And this is just how our lives are as well. If we're patient and we hold space, the pieces will come together as we listen. So I started reading this book, and I first heard about Amishi Jha in Brene Brown. She did a podcast with her because I would not have bought a book, honestly, called Peak Mind, and that looked like this. This looks like a bro book. But when I heard her being interviewed on Brene, I thought, I need this book and I need this woman. What I love about Dr. Jha is that her family is from India. Meditation has been in her family for thousands of years, probably. And she became a neuroscientist. And what her main study was around attention. How do we hook and keep our attention? How do we keep our focus? And this piqued my interest because in all my work in Buddhism and Toltec studies, the focus is on attention. That attention is our most powerful capacity, is choosing where we're going to put our attention. And all of us know it's very hard. It can be very hard to hook and keep our attention. So as she started studying attention, she learned some really interesting things. Some things that like I knew from working in shamanic and Eastern Buddhist tradition, and some things that were really new. So the new things, and there's highly recommend, get the book. But one of the new things is that they learned through deep research, and who she worked with was high energy need for concentration. So firefighters, military, getting ready to go into being on the front lines, airplane controllers, like people that needed their attention fully and who were trained to do that. And what they found as they were doing the studies, because there's a lot of people around the world that are doing studies on attention, is one, our brain is actually designed to be distracted, to wander. It's designed to wander. So to think that our mind's just going to do this and stay is not true. And so sometimes people don't come to a mindfulness or a meditation practice because they feel like my mind's too wild, I can't do this. It's everybody's minds. And so many of us have said, oh, it's social media, it's how distracted we are. Well, yes, social media definitely plays a part in fragmenting our attention because it's hooking. However, meditation wasn't created just when social media came online. People have been meditating for thousands and thousands of years. And what the research now has found is people that have been doing mindfulness practice and meditation knew what they were doing. Surprise. And it's now been scientifically verified that 12 minutes of mindfulness a day, of a mindfulness practice / meditation practice, helps drastically with rehooking your attention, with your capacity to bring your attention back, with your capacity to stay focused, and what she calls your flashlight, to bring your flashlight and to hold the flashlight. It only takes 12 minutes of practice a day. And so if we let go of, I have to sit still and not move, and there's a particular thing that I'm trying to do with meditation, and go to mindfulness. And mindfulness is getting quiet and knowing your mind is going to wander. And it's not a problem. That's what our mind does. Mindfulness is us being aware, expanding our capacity to witness, being aware of when the mind wanders and gently bringing it back to the focus we had picked. So in this 11-day journey, we're going to practice mindfulness together, and we're going to build. So this is where the second seemingly unrelated piece comes in, which is I'm prepping for a big trek, pilgrimage to Mount Kailash, which is an incredibly sacred mountain to many peoples around the world. It's in Tibet. And this Kora, it's called, it's a 3-day pilgrimage around Mount Kailash, starts at over 15,000 feet, and the highest peak is over 18,000. The highest point, because you go around the mountain, is 18,000. So I am in training. And I started my training with 1 minute of bouncing. So I got a rebounder. My sister gifted me a rebounder, which is these little mini trampolines. And I wanted to start getting my core strong in a way that I would stay sustainable with it. Because like many of us, I'm jumping all in, I'm going 100 miles, and then I get exhausted, or then I burn out, and then I don't go back to the practice. So I gave myself the task. I found somebody that I liked on YouTube and started following her 30 days to 30 minutes. 30 days to 30 minutes. And I thought, I can do this. It adds a minute a day and a new move a day. So I'm on day 11, on day 12 now. Yes, it's the best. I love it. And I look forward to it. And so these two things coming together, this book that is about the latest neuroscience research around our attention and our minds, and how to really be in training with our minds. My decades of work with Don Miguel and different shamanic and Buddhist teachings around mindfulness and attention and energy, and a little bounce challenge all came together to create this 11-day mini meditation mindfulness series. And it's an experiment. This is the intro. And then after the intro, we'll do 5-minute practice together. And then tomorrow, it'll be 5 minutes, and we'll gradually build up. What I'm going to do is record the So exciting, huh? I'm going to go ahead and record each of the morning sessions and post them probably the night before so that you can, whenever you get up, just do the visualization. I might go live as well, but I want to make sure the videos are done so you'll have access to them, and they'll all be listed here on Substack. And I'll post a new one every day. And again, I might go live as well, so I'll let you know, but videos for sure. And we're going to start with simply being. And the beingness is connecting to our bodies in a quiet space and being with this body. Simple. We're going to pick a body focus. And then we're going to also work with the inner fire prayer, which is from my book, Awaken Your Inner Fire. And it's a prayer that I love and been doing for decades. And it's another great place to bring our focus back. So we can use prayer, especially repetitive prayer, as another focal point. Again, it doesn't mean our mind isn't going to wander, and the wandering isn't a problem. It's the gentle re-guiding that we're going to put our emphasis on. Hi, sweetheart, come back. Hi, sweetheart, come back to the body. Hi, sweetheart, come back to the prayer. Hi, sweetheart, come back to this moment, to this beingness. As we do a practice together, so even though we'll be doing it in different time zones, we'll be doing it together, and there's that feeling sense of the energy building and of being supported every day, and knowing that it's going to grow a little bit every day until on our last day, which is April 1st, we will be doing a meditation / mindfulness practice for 11 minutes. And then my hope is the next day you add another minute and keep going, so that you then have established a 12-minute practice if you're new to a meditation or mindfulness practice. If you are a seasoned meditator, what would be your stretch? So we start at 5 minutes. Maybe your stretch is 25 minutes. Or maybe your stretch is 15 minutes to start. Then just build it until you get to where you want to be at the end. So I'd look at if you're meditating now for 20 minutes and you know you've wanted to move up to 30 minutes, then work back. Okay, so no, it'll be 11 minutes on April 1st, and then you can work yourself back. So whether, again, you are brand new or you're coming back to a meditation or mindfulness practice, or you are already in a practice but you want to grow it or just be part of a community, you decide what your timing is. The second thing is we have to let go of what we've learned about meditation, because there's often a lot of baggage that we're carrying, that we have an image of, usually monk, mountaintop, completely still. And the thought is, and nothing's happening in their mind. They asked dozens of the most practiced meditators around the world, how much time can you go without a thought arising? So this is the people that have the most meditation practice. What they said of how many minutes was where they started. Like, how long do you think you can go? What's the longest you've gone without thought, without any thought arising? 30 seconds. Okay, so just put that in your being. This idea that your mind's going to be completely quiet if it's not something's wrong is an illusion. The top meditators around the world, 30 seconds is their highest. People that have been doing a mindfulness practice regularly, it's usually about 7 seconds that they work up to. So our little minds are going to be bringing in information. And what's information? So it might be a thought about what you're going to have for lunch. It might be something you're worried about with your finances. It might be that you have an itch and you start thinking about the itch. Those are all places of your mind arising. And you're going to gently say, hi, itch. Hey, finances. hey, lunch, back to where was I? And gently course correct. And I'm a big believer in loving, aware, present course corrects. Again, another thing I think that's gotten wound into spiritual practice is there's a little bit of punishment of I'm doing it wrong, so I'm going to punish myself that I'm not spiritual enough, or I'm not getting intuition like I'm supposed to, or something's not right, or the place that we feel victimized of, like, it's not working for me, my brain is too old, or it's too tired, or it's always been too fragmented, or I have this diagnosis. All of those things are a form of punishing ourselves because they're resting into more thinking and story versus more awareness. So together, we'll be opening into the field of awareness and bringing our presence and our love to redirect ourselves back. Where do I want my attention to be? So pick a place in your body. It can be your breath. So traditional meditation often starts with the breath. But here's the truth. It can be anywhere. I could decide to put my attention on the tip of my nose. And if I keep my awareness on the whole field, but my focus comes back to the tip of my nose, that's a mindfulness practice. It might be the bottom of your feet. It might be your belly. It might be your breath. It might be the place between your shoulder blades. I was really blessed to study and train with Anna Forrest. And one of the things that we would do before yoga sessions is she would say, one place to put your attention, to dedicate your yoga practice to. Pick one place in your body. And she would always say, you might have 20 places, pick one. And it was a mindfulness practice through the entire yoga to come back to back of the heart, to come back to whichever place you'd practiced. So this is what we'll be doing in this mindfulness practice is we'll start every day by picking a place in our body we're gonna bring our focus back to over and over and over again. Allowing the thoughts or the information from our body, whatever, allowing it to rise, not trying to repress or squish or avoid. Things are gonna arise. And I like to think it's just oil coming up, thoughts coming up, and then they're going to go out. And then we're going to bring our attention back to, boop, what was my focus point for this session? Come back. You can even put your hands on different parts of your body if that helps. So that's part one, is the focus on the body. And then we're going to bring in the inner fire prayer. And that is a secondary focus. We're going to toggle back and forth. And for some of you, you may say, I don't want to work on the inner fire prayer now. I just want to focus on the one area in my body. And for some of you, you might be able to toggle back and forth. Because this is the other thing that the research shared, which we've heard for years. I've heard for years. And there was something about reading it here that I really, maybe because I've tried to fight this long enough and I'm ready to surrender, that there's no such thing as multitasking. Your brain cannot multitask. It toggles between things, and the toggling takes energy. So we're going to be toggling back and forth between these two things in a spacious way. We're not doing them simultaneously because your brain actually can't do things simultaneously. It can do one or the other, okay? And learning how to open into awareness and choose where we're putting our attention is a beautiful, beautiful skill. Okay? So the inner fire prayer, super simple. And for some of us, it helps us to have words to hook back to. I know it really helps me to have words to hook back to. And the way that I use the inner fire prayer is I say the first stanza and then I rest into the space between. And then I do the next stanza and then I rest and then I'll do the third stanza. So we're going to start really slowly. I'm going to share the inner fire prayer today. And then when we do the practice, for the first couple of days, we're just going to be. We're not going to bring in the inner fire prayer. And then I wrote it down. I don't know if I can get to I may not be able to, but I made a list of what we're going to be doing every day, and we'll start gently introducing the inner fire prayer and the qualities that are connected to each of the stanzas. So, inner fire prayer. May I clear my mind of all thoughts and focus my intent on stillness. So the focus word is stillness. May I clear my mind of all thoughts. And that's about, for me, that's about opening and expanding awareness and focus my intent on stillness. So things are going to arise. I'm going to bring my attention back to stillness. Where's the stillness in my body? Where's the stillness in this moment? Where is the stillness in this moment? So that's the first stanza, connected to the mind. Second stanza, connected to our energy body. May I clear my field of busyness and connect to my deepest faith. May I clear my field of busyness and connect to my deepest faith. So this, I always visualize that I put a little bubble around myself and I clear anything that's I'm holding that's not mine. And I clear my field of busyness, because often we get into this, especially when we're in work mode, this energetic, and it gets more and more. And so we're softening and letting ourselves drop into this moment, letting go of busyness in our energetic body. We've stilled the mind and to let go of the busyness of the energetic body, breathing. Clear my field of busyness and connect to my deepest faith. And for me, that deepest faith is a quality of where I want to put my attention. What do I want to put my faith into? And we're going to build our relationship with faith. It's something that I want to talk a lot more about in Ash and Rose Spiritual Collective, is how do we hold our faith? How do we be in relationship with our grief? How do we talk to ourselves and with each other in challenging times through a sense of faith? So that's something I'm really passionate about. So you might want to put your faith in this present moment, in love, in the divine, in a particular deity. Doesn't matter. You're going to just bring your attention back to the focus point is faith and rest into that. Third stanza with the emotional body. May I open my emotional being and allow healing flow. May I open my emotional body. It's actually the word. May I open my emotional body and allow healing flow. So again, there's this opening the field of awareness to allow any emotion to move, to be present. So we're going to bring our attention to, hello, emotional body, what's here? And you might feel grief arising. You might feel anger. You might feel discomfort in your body and a clenching. Just be with it. So we're not trying to do anything. We're allowing healing flow, allowing it to be present and in the space so we witness. Rest into. Open is the key word here to bring our attention back to. Open. Opening our body, softening. Usually I realize I've been clenching. Ooh, I'm like, open. Fourth stanza with the physical body. May I honor this physical body as a sacred temple. May I honor this physical body as a sacred temple. Not this one. So we're bringing our attention back to this physical form with an awareness around the sacredness of this being, this body. Most of us disconnect from our bodies because we're in a mind relationship with our body. And this is going to invite us to engage with this body from a sense of the sacred, from an honoring of this form. And what a gift it is to be incarnate and be connecting to all of our senses and the world and the divine, and being that bridge, as I like to think, between spirit and sky and earth and manifest. So key word, temple, coming back to your temple. Breathing into this body, this time. May I honor this physical form as a sacred temple. And then the last stanza, may I walk my highest purpose with gratitude for this precious time. Keyword is gratitude. May I walk my highest purpose, which for me is staying connected to all of ourselves, to beingness, with gratitude for this precious time, so that we don't take our days lightly, that we don't forget the gift it is to be in each moment, even when they're challenging. It's a gift to have all the experiences of being in form. And it's hard, which is why we're going to do practice together, because it's not easy. And I deeply know that together, practicing, connecting, opening our awareness, resting into faith, feeling each other, that there's a sense then where we start to rest more into belonging and listening and being in relationship with our intuition and the invisible realm and the ancestors and the mycelium and the cat that's walking next door that I just saw, that we start to rewire and reweave ourselves back into relationship with life, with all of life. Okay, so we're going to do our first practice together in a moment. We're going to do 5 minutes. And before we step into that practice, I'm going to see if there's any questions. I love that we have a chat. And that this morning I pressed the yes button, public button on our new website, ashrose.org. So if you haven't checked it out about other events that are coming up, please do. Mary's offering Healing Fridays. Oh my gosh, I showed up last Friday with her and I was just a rage monster. I had so much fury in my system. I'd already gone for a long walk. Nothing had moved. And so I was like, let's do Qigong with Mary. What else can we do? And it was the perfect session. And I was able to clear the anger and recognize it was grief. I just needed to access it. So working with Mary I've been really blessed to work with Mary and be a recipient of her healing and her incredible talent for many, many years. Yeah. Hi. Hey, Cynthia. Welcome. Yeah, you can always go back and watch the recording if you just jumped on. I know some of you have just joined. This is our first Substack Live. Yeah, the Qigong was so good on Friday. She's doing, I think, 2 more sessions. So check out ashrose.org to see all the things that we have coming up. We're just getting started. There'll be a lot more things happening. We're really excited. Is the first line, may I clear my mind of all thoughts and focus. And yes, I'll share it on the website. I'll definitely share it on the website, and I don't have it written down here. But the first line is, may I clear my mind of all thoughts and focus my intent on stillness. Okay, yeah. So it goes mind, energy, emotions, physical body, and then all of them together. So I'll share the inner fire prayer. Today, we're just going to practice being. So let go of the prayer for now, and we're going to pick a focus point in our bodies. And again, this is day 1 of an 11-day mini meditation / mindfulness series. We'll be going every day between now and April 1st, and I'll be posting the video each day so that you can join at any time. I'll probably post the video the night before, so whenever you wake up, you'll have access to that video. You can check in and do our practice. Thanks, Laura. ashrose.org. I can't believe I got that website. So exciting. ashrose.org. Simple. It's live. If you see glitches, let me know, because I'm sure there are glitches. And I'm really excited about launching this new part of Center for Creative Intent. Center for Creative Intent is the bubble. It's our 501c3 nonprofit that's going to hold different branches. It's the umbrella, different branches. And Ash and Rose is one of them. Another one is our Warrior Heart Retreat, Wilderness Retreat Center, 180 acres of land that we have. That is also going to be part of Center for Creative Intent as well as other things. So, all right, loves, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's do our practice together. So 5 minutes today. So start by, if it feels comfortable, closing your eyes and taking a breath. Yeah, and I so agree, Bethany. Even if we're seasoned at something, going back to the basics is always beneficial. So here we are. We're going to go back to the basics of the basics. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. You can also have a candle and gaze lightly at the candle. I have a candle with me. And you can also bring your prayer beads. So if you have prayer beads, you can hold them. Good. And today in our 5-minute practice, and I'll set a timer for us, decide where you're going to bring your attention back to. Is it going to be a place in your body? So it might be your solar plexus, because your solar plexus is a bit tight and you're just going to bring your awareness back there. It might be your breath, and specifically your breath in your upper chest. It might be to your hands and the feel of the prayer beads that you're holding. We're going to dedicate this practice to coming back to our focus point, what we've chosen to bring our attention to, and doing that redirect of our mind and our attention with love, with presence, with joy, whatever you want to bring in. Hey, mind, come on back. Hey, sweetheart, right here. Back to the focus point, back to the focus point. So we're going to go together for 5 minutes today and just watch. Watch where your mind goes. Watch what comes up. Let yourself settle in and gently bring your attention back over and over again to the focus point you picked. You can't do it wrong, love. This is your relationship with you, and this is about intimacy over time. Can't do it wrong. Say hello to this wonderful, magical being that you are. So 5 minutes. And I'll give you a minute notice of when we're going to start closing. Good. One more minute. Bringing your attention back to your focus. One more minute. Beautiful. Gently wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much, beloveds, for joining me today for our day one of prayer beads. And in the future tomorrow, if you want to bring your prayer beads with you just to hold, I'll be bringing a rosary practice in at some point, or prayer bead practice in at some point later with another mini series already in the works. And grateful to each of you. Thank you so much, and blessed, blessed day. And happy mindfulness practice. All my love. Yay. You're welcome.